Hello everyone, welcome to another webinar on Odoo 17 purchase module. I hope my audio is coming through clearly. If not, please let me know in the chat box. We appreciate you taking time to join us. Before we dive into the content, I want to give some more time for all our attendees to join. So let's begin. So today's webinar is on purchase module. So the main agenda behind this webinar is to literate the people, that is the public and end users, on Odoo 17 purchase module. So we'll be concentrating on the features of purchase module. So before going to the session, let me introduce about myself and about my company. Myself Shabna, functional consultant from Cybrosys Technologies. And we are the global IT services and solutions company headquartered in India, specializing in the open source ERP solutions. With a strong focus on Odoo, the open source business management suite, Cybrosys provides comprehensive services including Odoo implementation, Odoo customization, and support. The company is renowned for delivering innovative and cost-effective solutions to businesses across various industries. Cybrosys have a team of skilled professionals who are dedicated to ensuring the success of their clients through cutting-edge technology solutions. Their commitment to quality, customer satisfaction, and expertise in open source technologies has positioned Cybrosys as a trusted partner for businesses seeking robust ERP solutions. Then why Odoo ERP? Odoo is becoming more and more popular as years is passing. So there are certain reasons. The first one is its open source comprehensive suite. And Odoo offers business application to manage the entire business functionalities. Additionally, Odoo is a cost-effective alternative to proprietary ERP system. This makes it particularly attractive for small and medium-sized enterprises with some budget constraint. When we're talking about the flexibility and the customization feasibility, Odoo's modular structure allows businesses to choose specific application they need and customize them to suit that is their unique requirement. Odoo's user-friendly interface simplifies the learning curve of employees, and this will enhance the user the usage and reduces the need for the extensive training. And Odoo has a vibrant community of developers and users, and hence the support as well. Odoo can be deployed both on-premise and in the cloud. This will facilitate remote working and ensuring the data security. Odoo automates the various business processes, reducing the manual efforts and minimize the errors. Odoo's integration capability is high, that is integrating with other business tools and softwares. Odoo supports multi-languages, multi-currencies, and legal frameworks, making it suitable for businesses with international operations. Its localization features help companies to comply with regional regulation and standards. So let's get into the features of Odoo 17 purchase. So the first thing is like managing purchases. For any business, purchase management is an inevitable component. Like with effective purchase decisions and strategies, companies can handle buying materials, equipment, services, and other goods for manufacturing, like the raw materials, etc. So order purchase helps keep track of the purchase agreements, purchase quotations, purchase orders, and it will be also helpful to monitor the purchase standards in order to automate the replenishment and follow up your orders, etc. So the main features including the Odoo 17 purchase modules, managing the quotations, orders, purchase agreements, handling the products and customers, then managing vendor price lists, freeware matching, and drop shipping. And another important aspect of any business is the product and the customer, handling the product and the customers. So vendor details has to be recorded in the purchase module with their details, including addresses. Even it is possible to configure multiple addresses, bank details, and account details, etc. And with its comprehensive features and user-friendly interface, Odoo 17 Purchase simplifies the product management by recording various product information such as its type, like product type, bill control policy, like it defines how or when the purchase bill is created, and purchase category, like purchase product category. It's configuring of sales price and purchase price, recording the internal reference of each product, recording the purchase unit of measure, and the vendor price list, etc. Then drafting professional quotations. So drafting professional RFQs and sending them to vendor within the vendor price list and confirm with appropriate prices and confirming to purchase order. This will create a receipt and which will helps to track the reception of purchase goods to appropriate location. So handling professional quotation is another feature. Then comes the purchase agreements. So purchase agreements are agreements between the seller and the buyer regarding the terms and conditions, pricing, the time period of reception of the goods, etc. And there are two types of purchase agreements. One is call for tender and another is blanket order. So call for tender helps to choose the best RFQ based on the criteria, like it can be a price or quality basis from the alternative RFQs from different vendors. While a blanket order contract offered is the contract offered by a single vendor for multiple quantities of specified goods over a time. Then another technique we have to discuss is three-way matching. There are certain conditions or occasions in the business where you will receive the vendor bill from the merchant prior to receiving the product that are ordered. However, the bill might not be paid until the quantity has been received. So to characterize whether the vendor bill ought to be paid or not, one can utilize the feature of three-way matching. This feature helps in comparing the data that appears in the purchase order and the receipt and the vendor bill. Also, it saves the time from making inaccurate payment or fake vendor bills. Then another technique we have to discuss is dropshipping. It's a technique to sell goods without keeping any inventory. Instead, sellers buy the item from the third party. It can be a wholesaler, a manufacturer, and it ships straight to the buyer. We never keep the inventory. Next is the reporting. So, a clear reporting is necessary in any business. Like if your company regularly purchases product and you have several reasons to track and analyze your performance. So the insights gathered can help you to better forecast and plan your future orders. Odoo offers several default filters as well. So when you select one or several filters, Odoo look for all the orders that match at least of the filter you have chosen and populates the report accordingly. Also, it helps to take to the print of the report in the XLS format. So let's get into the live demo. I have installed some modules. You can see in my dashboard, I have installed the sales, purchase, accounting, and inventory module. And let's get into the purchase module. Here you can see an overview of all RFQs and my RFQ. all RFQ in the sense all the creator RFQ by different purchase representative, and my RFQ in the sense the login person. So here Michelle admin is the login person. So the RFQs created by Michelle admin is defined by my RFQ. There is a login person's RFQs. And also you can see 6 to send, 0 to waiting, and A to late. So 6 to send means there are 6 orders or 6 RFQs to send to vendor. So currently you can see its status is RFQ. These 6 quotations have to be sent to vendors. And here it is 0 in waiting, and here you can see the late RFQs. And also the order deadline has been passed, which is 11 days ago. And also the other informations like average order value, the lead time to purchase, and purchased amount in last 7 days, and also the RFQ sent in last 7 days. All this information you will be able to get. So when you remove this late RFQs, you will be taken to all RFQs. Here, these are the quotations in different status, having different status. Some of them are RFQ, some of them are sent to the vendor. That's why it seems as RFQ sent. And some of the RFQs are confirmed. That is purchase. They become the purchase order. And here it is the average order value is $7,821.87, which means it is the average of the purchase value. So here it is for purchase order. So when I'm taking the purchase order only, I can filter it from here. That is the purchase order. So the average of this 4 orders says as like the total amount purchased, total amount is 31,287.48 divided by 4 orders. So the average order value you can see over here, and the last purchased orders within the last 7 days. So that will be updated over here. Suppose I'm creating a quotation from the request for quotation, create a new one, and I'll be added a vendor, say Azure Interior. Here you can see the other informations like order deadline. You can put an order deadline and the expected arrival. Either you can add it, or based on the delivery lead time, the expected arrival date will be automatically updated. And ask confirmation in the sense they are the receipt reminder. So it asks for confirmation from the vendor whether the products are received on time or not. Then delivered to, in the sense this is the operation type. So it's the receipt. We are receiving the products from the vendor. So delivered to is your company receipt. And let me add some products, say a large cabinet and pedal pin with, here it is for quantity, and here I'll be adding 2 quantities. And I'll be sending this by mail. So the mail has been sent. That is, a quotation has been sent to the vendor. You can see the vendor detail will be auto-populated over here, and the subject, and also the details will be auto-populated over here. This is an attached quotation. So a quotation will be sent to your vendor. Right now it is in RFQ send stage, and once it is confirmed, like the order is confirmed, it will be moved to purchase order. So the confirmed RFQ is we generally call the purchase order, and when it become a purchase order, a receipt will be created. This is an operation that has been performed in the inventory where the product is received from the, that is in order to track the product like it is received from the vendor to our store. So when you open this, you will be able to find the product is received from Azure Interior to the destination location. This is our warehouse location, and the schedule date and deadline. Also the source document, that is this transfer has been created from this particular source document. And under operation, you can see the product, the demand, and the confirmed quantity. Okay. So let's validate this. Inside the detail operation, you can see the other details as well, like the lot and serial number, uh, to location, and the quantity unit of measure as well. So let's validate. So while we are validating, it will be more to done. In the sense, the transfer has been done, like the receipt has been done. That is, a product is received overstock from the vendor. Now, when you go to the overview, you can see purchase last 7 days is the dollar has been, that is, the amount has been updated. That is the order we have created by last 7 days. So, how much amount has been purchased in last day, that will be updated over here. Similarly, you can see the average lead time to purchase and also RFQ sent in last 7 days. So, there is only one RFQ that has been sent to our vendor in last 7 days. Okay. So this is about request for quotation. Also will be having different type of views. This is a campaign view where you can find the orders in the tile format, and it consists of the priority widget. So priority widget will be help to mark your quotations or purchase orders as favorites or important one. You can mark it as high with the higher prioritized. Then comes the purchase order number, the date, and also the status, amount, and if any activities has been scheduled, that can be appear over here. And also we'll be able to schedule activity from here as well. Like when you click on the schedule activity, and if I'm adding email as an activity that has been scheduled a particular day by 29 and schedule, you can see the mail is a scheduled activity that has been appearing in the campaign as well. And you can see the pivot table. That is, you can add more data like the quotation data to a pivot table, and you will be able to download the XLS format. And Odoo also provides different measures over here, like the taxes, untaxed amount, and then comes the total amount. And also, these are the vendor details. Also, you can add another information from this um, custom group, and you can use any of this. Maybe if you have to add the status or source document, you can mention that as well. And you can also put this pivot table into spreadsheet, or you can flip the axis in order to arrange it properly. Or if you have added a particular say the purchase representative, you have added the purchase representative as another filter under the vendor, you can expand the same filter to all the records by simply clicking on the expander button. Okay, so that will be added over here. And this is to download the format like the pivot table into printer one. And you'll be having the graph view. So based on the total amount, we can see the vendor over here in the x-axis, and in the y-axis the purchased amount or the billed amount. And you can see the calendar view as well as the activity view. So from this activity view, it will be able to identify the due, that is activity that be already due, and some activities has been scheduled for current date or for future. And also it will be able to complete the activity from the activity view itself. You just simply click over this, and you can mark it as done. And also you can add the feedback over here. When you click on done, it will be marked as done. So the activity has been completed. So from this view, it will be easier to identify the activities assigned. Now let's get back. And here you can see the number of records. So you can change the number of records. So that should be visible in the screen. So you can move forward so that things will be arranged accordingly. And also you'll be having other options to filter and group by options, and you'll be having advanced options as well. You can simply clicking on my purchases, so it will filter the records of uh, Michelle admin, that is a login person. Then the purchase orders, that is purchase order to approve. So all the details you can filter. If it is RFQ, you can see all the RFQs. And to approve in the sense, there is no purchase order or RFQs to approve. And also based on vendor, you can filter the details. So you can see the details has been grouped based on vendor. So these are the basic filters and group by options we have. And also we can add custom groups. Maybe I'll be adding one group, say the vendor. Okay, and I can add one more filter from here, like the bill amount is greater than a particular amount. So I'm checking bills, and total is greater than 5,000 only. Add this. I'll be just removing my purchases. So there is no bills basically greater than the total greater than 5,000. Let's also, we will have custom filters, like advanced filters are the where you can add more filters. Like you can add filter from here, like the buyer is contains the partner. I'll be removing this filter and adding here as the vendor is deco, and so it will filter the RFQs of deco. And there is only one RFQ for deco. You can see for ready-made we have multiple entries. So let's check that. Go to filters, where I'll be choosing one vendor as ready-made. So it will filter the 3 documents, and I can also add another filter. Maybe if the total amount is greater than 5,000, like the total is greater than 5,000. So it again filter the data. So likewise, you can make use of this advanced search in order to search records from the list view. Then you will have the purchase orders. Purchase order in the sense all the purchase orders generated by the purchase representative Michelle admin. It's the confirm order. And here you can see the details like the confirmation date, vendor, and the purchase representative, that's the buyer, and the source document, the total, and the billing status and expected arrival date. Expected arrival date is basically automatically calculated based on the delivery lead time, or we can also add the dates manually. That is when we have to receive this product. And billing status, you can see some of them are in waiting for bill and some of them are is nothing to be. So the billing status have a greater role in order to identify whether bill is created or not. So this will depend on the bill control policy as well. Basically, we have two bill control policy. And you can see inside the product, when you go to your product configuration, when you take the acoustic blocks key, under the purchase tab, it is mentioned the bill control policy over here, like whether it is order quantity or receive quantity. It says that whether the bill has been created or generated for the order quantity or received quantity. So based on that, the billing status of your purchase order will also change. So waiting for bill in the sense the order is waiting to bill, and nothing to bill is that there is it is not ready to bill uh, for the purchase order. So when the bill control policy is ordered quantity, it says that we can create bill once the order has been confirmed. So in such case, the billing status will be waiting to bill. That is, it's necessary only need to create a purchase order to generate the bill. Okay, based on ordered quantity. If it is based on received quantity, we have to wait until the reception has been completed. So in that case, the billing status will be nothing to bill. So only after receiving the items, its status will be moved to waiting to bill. So for example, take this one, the purchase order 11, and here the order is for acoustic block screen with 20 quantity, and there is nothing has been received. You can see received is 0. So in the receipt, once you receive the item to your stock, you can see in the purchase order 20 quantity has been received. And when you move to the list view, you can see the billing status has been moved to waiting to bill. And once you have been created the bill for the received quantity, that is when you click on the create invoice, like create bill option, and draft bill has been created, and you can see all the details in the like in the order has been taken to the bill itself, like the vendor and the accounting date, and you can also mention the billing date, then the recipient bank, the due date, like the payment term, based on the payment term or the date we can provide, and this is the journal and the product information as well. And below that, you can see the untaxed amount, what is the tax amount, and also the total amount. Okay, so once you confirm this and move back to your list view, so you can view it's now it is fully billed. That is, once the bill has been generated, the billing status will be provided as fully billed. And we have one more option, that is new and Odoo 70, that is receipt status. Once you add the receipt status, you can see the status of the purchase order, that is whether that is a receipt, not the purchase order, the status of the receipt, whether the products are fully received or partially received. So this information will be available over here under the receipt status. And you can add all these details, like the vendor reference and tax amount, and all these details to your list view as well. Now, when you try to create a new order to Azure, you can also add sections, notes, and catalog. So section in the sense you'll be able to add sections. So let me add one product, say office chair. I'll be purchasing office chair black, and one storage box as well. Okay, and I'll be adding section as office furnitures. Okay, so this is a section. Under this section, I'll be added 2 items, and I can even add more over here, like miscellaneous. And under this, again, I can add some other items like screws or balls or yeah, I'll be adding some other items, say, yeah, paddle pin, etc. Okay. And you can see the price is auto-populated since we have already added the cost price for the product. And also, instead of adding like this products one by one, Odoo 17 provides another option of adding catalog. So this is a vendor catalog. When you click over this, it will show the entire catalog over here. It's from all products or all saleable products. You can find the category over here. So the items from the products will be appear over here, and you can add products to um, your quotation from here itself. Okay. When you click on back to quotation, you can see all those items will be added to your quotation. Okay. So this is one of the new feature available in Odoo 17, that is the catalog. And when you confirm the order, it will become the purchase order. Okay. And when you try to print the document, like uh, clicking on the purchase order, okay, so you can see a purchase order has been added. Let's say when you open the purchase order printer, you can see the details like the company logo and other details, the shipping address, the vendor details, purchase order number, and who is the purchase representative, the order date, and all other description. So here also you can see this is the like the description or the section we have been provided, like office furniture and miscellaneous. And while you're giving the sections, you'll be also able to get the subtotal of each section over here in the quotation. Now get back to purchase order, and we can see the other features of purchase module. And when you go to the configuration settings, you will be having a feature of receipt reminder. So this will actually helps to automatically send a reminder mail to your vendor X days before the receipt date. So once you enable this feature, you will get uh, the option of creating, like the option of adding, um, like in the quotation. Let's go to one quotation here. Ask confirmation. So when you add number of days over here, it says that that is the confirmation mail will be sent one day before the expected arrival date. Okay. So in the next order, the on-time delivery will be updated accordingly. So that is, if the vendor has delivered the item in proper time, the on-time delivery rate will be represented as 100%. As it become delayed, that is, the delivery is not on the proper time, the on-time delivery rate will be reduced. And inside the vendor details, you can see the all other details like the number of purchases made from this vendor, and what is on-time delivery rate. Here it is 100%, and the vendor bills created, and even the partner ledger. Okay. Now in the partner form, like in the vendor form, when you go to products, when you go to orders and from the vendors, you will be able to manage all your vendors. So these are the vendors currently we have. That is all the partners having the vendor bill. And you can also create new vendor. When you go to Azure Interior, you can see whether it is an individual or a company. So Azure Interior is a company, and you can add the address, other details like phone, email, website details, and the tags as well. So tags is for identifying the particular partner, and you'll be able to filter the partner detail based on the tags as well. And under contacts and addresses, you'll be able to add multiple addresses. So a vendor may have multiple addresses. There will be invoice address, there will be delivery address, and there will be follow-up addresses or other address, contact or private address, etc. So you'll be able to add more addresses over here. So when you clicking over the follow-up address, you can add the follow-up address. So you can see the description over here, like preferred address, that is, this is a preferred address for follow-up report. So select by default when you send reminders by overdue invoices. Here I can add, say, John. This is one of my contact person, and I'll be adding the mail at John at abc.com and adding a phone number over here and saving. So you can see another contact has been added. So multiple addresses can be managed, and under sales and purchase we'll be able to add more details like the buyer, that is a sales representative who is responsible for buying or purchasing from this particular vendor, and the payment term that has to be used default as a default, and the payment method, and the receipt reminder as well. That is a default receipt reminder we can set over here. UB5 satisfy, it will send 5 days before the that is automatic mail will be sent 5 days before the receipt date. And under the accounting tab, you'll be able to add the account details of this particular partner, and here you can see the accounting entries like receivable and account payable. So in case of purchase, while we are purchasing from a vendor, there will be some amount payable to our vendor, so that will be recorded in the account payable. That is what we define by account payable. And you can add the internal notes over here. This will be available for the other internal employees. Let's save this details. And when you click over the purchase smart tab, you can see the purchase orders or purchase RFQs that has been created for this particular vendor. And also when you click on the vendor bill, you will be able to see the bill created for this particular partner. This contains both bills and reverse bill, that is a credit note as well. And also when you go to the partner ledger, you will be able to identify the journal entries like the partner ledger, both the receivables and payables to this particular partner. Okay, there is payable. You can see the filter is payable or receivable, and you can filter it, and you can add payable only. So here you can see the total payable amount. So this is about the details of our vendor. Now another aspect is the product management and the product variance management. So handling products is another crucial thing. We can either create a new product, or from the favorites, or from these actions, we'll be able to import the products to our database. Now let's see the details. What all informations are available for a product. It consists of this product name, and we'll be having boolean of can be purchased. So this product can only be used under purchasing, like to purchase this product, if we enable, that is, or if we check the can be purchased boolean. And the general information of product, like the product type, whether it is a storable product, that is whether we have to manage the inventory, that is what defined by the product type, so storable. And if it is consumable, it's inventory, we don't need to manage. So we can mention the product type and the invoicing policy and the unit of measure. Like we have 2 unit of measure, one is sales unit of measure and purchase unit of measure. So this defines what a default purchase unit of measure, and we can even purchase in multiple units. We may able to purchase products in dozens or bundles, or even in single units, but this is a default unit of purchase unit of measure while we are making the purchase. Then we'll be having the sales price, the customer taxes, our tax category, and the cost of the product. you can see the cost of product per unit is $287. And this product belong under the office furniture, like all saleable office furniture. Product category, in the sense we are categorizing different items in the company under different category, like there will be office furniture, miscellaneous items, or maybe there will be electronic equipments, etc. So we have to categorize the item with product category, and the internal reference to identify the product, like it's an internal code to identify this particular product. And the barcode and product tags can be used. This product tag will be appear in the website form. And you can also mention the company if you are restricted this product to a particular company. If you have working in the multi company scenario, and if your company have products in only one company, so you have to mention the company name. Like you have to restricting that product in that particular company. If you have leaving this company as empty, it will consider as a product that will be available in both companies. And also the variants of the product can be configured. This will discuss. And in the sales, we can add the optional product and sales description. So the sales description will be added to the sales orders and invoices. And under purchase tab, we'll be having the facility to add the vendor price list, vendor bill details, and purchase description. So when we add a purchase description, that purchase description will be appear in the purchase order. Then we will have the vendor tag. So this is the default vendor tags or purchase tag that has been applied to this product when we add the product to the purchase order. And we can set a bill control policy for the product. So based on this, the bill will be created. So right now it is based on received quantity. Then here we'll be adding the vendor price list. Like if the product is purchasing from Wood Corner, we will receive this item with a price of $287 with delivery lead time 8. So delivery lead time, in the sense it is the time needed to receive the item from the vendor. So it takes 8 days if we purchase this product from Wood Corner. At the same time, if I add this as 2, which means if I'm buying this product from ready made, it will be receiving the product in 2 days with a price of $286.80. Then we'll get the inventory section where we can add the routes, the traceability of the product, whether the product is traced with the unique serial number, lot, etc., or whether no tracking is for this product, no tracking has been added. And the logistics detail, like the responsible person, the weight, volume, the customer lead time of this product. And in the accounting tab, we'll be able to add the income account, expense account, and price difference account. Expense account, in the sense while we are purchasing the product, and after that the reception will create a bill. So it will actually generating while we are purchasing, there will be a purchase expense. So that purchase expense will be recorded in this purchase account. So we can mention the purchase expense account over here, and the sales income account here, and the purchase difference account over here. So if we added the default account, like the income account and expense account in the product, it will have the highest priority. If we leave this empty, it will take the income account and expense account from the product category. Inside the product category as well, we'll be defining this income account and expense account. Okay. So this is how the product has been configured, and you'll be having the option to see the documents related to this particular product, maybe certain kind of brochures or something like that, that will be uploaded over here. And the on-hand quantity, currently you will be having 50 quantity in the stock, and the forecasted quantity, which means it's a demand, and the in and out, which means the number of purchases and number of sales. In the sense that is the incoming, like the purchases, there is one purchase has been completed, so in has been updated as 1. And you can also mention the reordering rule. So reordering rule is to keep a minimum stock level in your stock, which refers, for example, if the stock level goes below a particular amount, like below a 10 quantity, it will be automatically replenish uh, the item by sending an RFQ to the vendor. Then we'll be having put away rules. So I can also add certain rules, like if the product arrays in WH stock, I need to move this product to shelf 1, and maybe for another product as well I can set another put away rule. So put away rule is actually to keep the products under the appropriate location, and you can see total purchased quantity over here and the total sold units over here. Okay. Now again I'm going back to cabinet with doors. Here as well you can see 33 quantities are on hand. I'll be setting one put away rule for this. For cabinet with doors, here I'll be adding to sublocation and shelf 2. So while I'm purchasing cabinet with doors, it will be keep in the shelf 2. Okay. So let's try to purchase, creating a purchase order, and I'll be purchasing it from Azure Interior John and acoustic block screen, 2 quantity I've been ordering, and cabinet with doors having ordered again 5 quantities. Now while confirming in the receipt, you can see the product over here, the demand and the quantity, and in the detail operation you can see the first product actually will be moving to shelf 1 and the second product will be moved to shelf 2. So this is the planned location in order to keep the item separately. This is the put away rule we have mentioned. Now I'm validating this, and if I check the stock on hand of this particular product, you can see that 2 quantity will be moved to like in the on hand quantity, you can say the 2 quantity will be moved to shelf 1. Similarly, for the next product, it will be moved to shelf 2. So using this put away rule, we can keep our products at appropriate location. Now we'll be having the product variants. You can see all the variants over here, and variants in the sense they should be having different characteristics or different versions of that particular product. Maybe if you have a product with different brand and different color, they are the variants of the particular product. So suppose we'll be moving to this conference share. Here under the attributes and variants, you can see the legs as attribute. This is one of the feature of the conference share. And you can see there are 2 values. One is steel and aluminum. That is the conference share with a steel leg and aluminum leg. So you can see 2 variants will be the 2 variants have been created. Suppose I have been creating another product attribute. Say color. So I'll be adding as color, and I'll be choosing this color over here, and if I'm adding the value, say black, and the color have been chosen over here. Okay, then we can add another color, white. Okay, let's see. So if I'm adding this particular 2 values or this attribute to the product, to the conference chair, I'll be adding color as another attribute. And if you have added 2 more colors over here, so let's say, and you can see there are 4 variants right now, that is steel with white and black. Similarly, aluminum conference chair with black and white. Okay, so in this way, you can add the uh, like the values of your attribute, and you'll be able to configure extra price over here. For example, for aluminum chair, I'll be charging extra $6.4. This you can add over here. Similarly, in the attributes as well, when you click on the color, you can add extra default price over here. If for black, you have been paying, uh, that is, you have to pay $10 extra. So you can an extra price over here. So the selling price of this product will for black aluminum chair will be $10 extra than the other product. And you can see all the product variants, such product variants over here. That is for your conference chair, or say, yeah, when you scroll down to, yeah, the conference chair, you can see that for uh, conference chair with 4 different variants over here. Now let's see the other details like product categories. We have been discussed this product category in the product form. So we can create product category over here, and that can be applied to our product. So all in the sense, this is the category, parent category, or where we can define the rules, renewal strategy, the income expense account, and the costing methods, etc. And also when you look into this all saleable office furniture, you can see the all saleable is the parent category, and the costing method is standard price, and other details are filled out here. And here in the smart tab, you can see 24 products are under the office furniture. So when you click over that, you can see that 24 items. You can put it to list view as well. And you unfold this, you can see that 24 items that come under the office furniture, and also the put away rule set for this particular category. Okay, so here also you can add like this, instead of product, you can add the product category as well. So whenever any product from the office furniture saleable has been purchased, this will be moved to the small refrigerator. In such a way, you can add whatever rule for both product and for both for the product category as well. Now we'll be moving to vendor price list. You can see all the vendor price list over here. You can also add vendor price list under the product as well as under the configuration. Then comes the vendor price list. So you can mention the different prices of same product from different vendor. Like you can see here for the product large cabinet, here you can see multiple vendor price list are there, which means when large cabinet is purchasing from Wood Corner, you will be getting at this price with a delivery lead time of 3. Okay, suppose let me show you that. So for that, I'll be creating one vendor as a demo company. Okay, I'll be adding an email, demo@demo.com, and contact number has been updated. Let's add the street address, country India, and state has been updated. Okay, let's save the status. Now I'm adding a vendor price list. Okay, so create new and adding the demo company as my vendor, and I'll be adding the vendor lead time as 3 days, which means when I'm purchasing from this vendor, particularly a product, say acoustic block screen itself, that is when I'm purchasing acoustic block screen from vendor a demo company, it will take 3 days to receive the item. Or you can even add the varying thing, and I'll be adding the quantity 10 and with $200. And I can also set the priceless validity. Like this will be applicable between 25th to um 31st of this month. And you can also add a discount. This discount feature in the vendor price list is new in 17 step. So when you add this over here, and when you try to create a purchase order or a quotation for um, demo company, hiding the product as acoustic block screen. Now you can see the quantity, its price has been updated, and also the expected arrival date is current date plus 3 days, that is 29th of this month. And also when you add the discount to the to this order line, you can see that 10% has been applied and a total over here. So the vendor price list can be used to describe the offered price for a particular period of time by the vendor. You can add it in the, that is, it might be a continued like continue purchase price or continuous purchase agreements from the vendor, or it can be a seasonal period vendor price list. So we can also set the validity for the price list. Okay. Now we go to unit of measure categories. Unit of measure category in the sense that is a category of items. That is, you can see the unit of measure categories, weight, unit, working time, etc. So under working time, the different unit of measure can be seconds, minutes, hours, days, etc. And for unit, it can be units, that is as single pieces or dozens or bunches like that. So here unit is a basic like the basic reference unit of measure, and which will be having the ratio 1, and dozen in the sense it is 12 unit. So it will be bigger than the reference of unit of measure. So unit will be considered as a base reference. Dozen is a 12 unit, like you can mention the ratio as 12, that is 12 unit bigger than the base reference. So 12 units bigger than the reference unit of measure, that is a dozen. So I'll be able to purchase in dozens and units as well. So let's consider the product acoustic itself. For this product, the unit of measure is in units and purchase unit of measure is in also units. That is, while we are purchasing, this is taken as a default unit of measure, but I can purchase it in the dozens as well. So currently we'll be having 52 quantity. Now let's go to the quotation, and I'll be creating one quotation for acoustic, adding the product as acoustic block screen. So you can see this is a base, that is base unit of measure, like default purchase unit of measure added. You can also add dozens over here. So I'll be purchasing 1 dozen, which means 12 units. So while we are confirming the order, you can see under the receipt, we will be demanding for 12 units basically. So you are purchasing 1 dozen, which means you are receiving 12 units to your stock. That's why in the purchase item, you can see the on-hand quantity now updated as 64. That is, the purchase unit of measure, you kept it as unit. So in the warehouse, the sales unit of measure, like the storing unit of measure is in unit. So even though you are purchasing as dozens or in any other unit, it will be counted as on-hand in units itself. So here you can see 14 units, that is 12 units we have purchased, and previously we have 2 units, so total of 14 units. So these are the basic configuration. Now we'll move to the settings, where we have different features under orders, invoicing, and product. So we have already discussed the variance and the unit of measure and the receipt reminder. Now let's see the purchase agreement. What are the purchase agreement? Like, it's actually a kind of agreement between the vendor and buyer, defining at what product, at what time has been received, at what price we will receive that product. So all those things will be added under an agreement for a particular agreement deadline. There are two types of agreement. One is call for tender and another is blanket order. So once you enable this feature and save the settings, you will get additional menu under the orders. So let's see this. Now go to order. So you can see a blanket order over here, and you can see one that is one record has been in the demo data. Let's create a new blanket order. So what is we are going to do is that first we are creating a contract, like an agreement, and inside that agreement we will define the vendor, the product, and how much is the quantity and what will be the price. It is actually we are making an agreement with the vendor, like the product has been received at this particular time, or this much quantity will be received in this much time with this much price, etc. So here the purchase representative, that is initial admin, that is the login person itself, and the agreement type is blanket order. So let's see the blanket order details. Like this is the agreement name, and we have an agreement selection type and the data for new quotation, like the defining the lines and quantity. So agreement selection type, in the sense we have to design while we are recording an agreement and a quotation has been generated based on the agreement, how much or whether one RFQ has been chosen or selected, or we will be able to use multiple RFQ. So blanket order is usually we use when we purchase bulk quantity from a vendor for a period of time, in a period of time. So we may require multiple RFQ. So the agreement selection type is chosen as select multiple RFQ. And the lines, in the sense you can have two options, that is use line of agreement or do not create RFQ lines automatically. So when we create a quotation based from this blanket order, whether the line in the blanket order itself need to be used in the quotation, or we have to add it manually or separately. That is defined by lines. Either we can use the same line of the agreement, that is if we use this, the same line of the agreement will be copied to the RFQ as well. And the quantity, what about the quantity? Like maybe if you are purchasing as a bulk, vendor may agree maybe 1,000 product is purchasing, he will agree like 200 products will be received within 1 week, or next 200 items will be sent in another 2 week, etc. So how we set the quantity is defined by quantity, like use the quantity of the agreement or set quantities manually. So usually if we are keeping multiple RFQs in the blanket order, we will opt for quantities manually. Okay, then we'll choose the vendor, say Azure itself, and the agreement deadline. So I'll be adding the agreement deadline as 29th of February, and the ordering date is current date, that is 26th, and we can also add the delivery date. So I'll be expecting the last delivery by 28th. So I can add a default delivery date over here. And if this blanket or if this agreement is based on certain source document, you can mention the source document, and this is the operation type. It is basically the operation type, that is receipt. And you can add the agreement line, that is I'll be purchasing large cabinet, say I need 1,500 quantity with a price of $230. Okay, so this is my agreement. While I'm confirming, I'll be able to create quotation under this agreement. So you can see the agreement deadline is end of next month. So the agreement is under ongoing, and we can close this while adding the close option. And from the new quotation, we'll be able to create quotation. That is, a quotation can be generated based on the blanket order. So when you click on new option, you can see the details will be auto-populated, like the vendor. That is, we are particularly purchasing from one vendor. So vendor details, the reference of blanket order, and the order deadline you can see over here, and the expected arrival, that is the delivery date we have been mentioned as February 20. So that will be updated over here. But I need to get a 500 item by 31st of this month itself. So I can add the expected delivery to 31st, and the other information like the lines in the blanket order agreement will be auto populated to the quotation line, but the quantity we have to set it manually. So based on that configuration, these details will update in the quotation. So I have been updated 500 quantity because I need 500 quantity on 31st of January itself. So I can send this RFQ by mail to the vendor. So the first RFQ has been sent. Now I can create another RFQ. Like here you can see one RFQ has been generated. I can again create RFQ for say next 1000 quantity to the 28th of February itself. I can send it as 2 RFQ. Okay, I can send this to the vendor. So the you can see 2 vendors, and you can see the status of your receipt, and also you can add the billing status as well. So for this one, and be confirming this, and it will become the purchase order. Okay, though you can receive the items to your stock and it has been completed. So the first RFQ can be completed. So you can see the billing status is waiting to get. Maybe after some days or 2 weeks, like the expected arrival is last of the February, like 28th of February. Once the order is confirmed, and once the product are ready to send, we can receive the items and validate. So we can manage multiple RFQs under the blanket order. Once it is completed, once the blanket order validity has been completed, we can close the bid by simply closing the close option. So we can move to the close stage. And here in the blanket order overview, you can see the status of the blanket order as well. So this is one method of purchase agreement. And another method is call for tender. So call for tender is the option like we are sending multiple RFQs to multiple vendors for the same product, and we will choose any one of it. It may be based on the best price or the best quality, or maybe it will be the choosing criteria can be different. So let's see how it can be processed. So for that, create a purchase order. Suppose I'll be purchasing a storage box from Azure India. First quotation I have been created with a unit price of 14, and I send this to Azure Interior. Okay, so this will be in the send stage, and you have an alternative button, like alternative tab over here. From here, actually, we will manage the call for tender, and here you can create alternative for this. So when you create the alternative, it will ask for the vendor. So I'll be adding deco ID. And if you want to copy the product as in the previous order, you can mention copy the products and create alternative. So you can see the second alternative has been created, that is purchase order 25. And here I'll be adding the price as 13. And this will I can also send to the vendor deco ID. Again, I can create one more uh, call for tender, like the alternative to wood corner, and with another price of say $35. Okay, so all these three are sent to my vendor. Okay, now when you're looking to your purchase order, under the alternative you can see the wood corner it is, and here the OTD, that is the on time delivery rate for from Azure Interior, it is 100%, and you can see this is in bolded, which means it has a lowest price of 13. And if the purchase order have multiple products, you can even compare the product line. So when you click on the compare product line, you will be able to find the details like the purchase order, the vendor, and the product, and the expected arrival date, and the price. So you can either uh, uh, choose any one of this based on the quality, or based on the expected arrival date, or based on the price. Whatever the chosen criteria for your company, you can choose it. So I'll be choosing with the best price, like Decor, it is providing me the best price, that is at 30 with $13. So when I'm choosing this, I can see for the purchase order, this is from the purchase order 25. So when I'm uh, looking to purchase order 25, I can see the details over here. But at the same time, you can see in the reference, that is in the purchase order 26 and 24, the total becomes 0. That is, for this particular purchase order, you can see the quantity is changed to 0, thus the total value becomes 0. So what I can do is that I can confirm, like I'll be choosing this one, so I can confirm this particular purchase order. So when I'm confirming the purchase order, it will ask about what we do the alternative quotations, whether we want to cancel or keep it as an alternative. I can cancel the alternative because I have chosen one person, like um, the best price with the $13. So I can, that is when I'm converting, like when I'm confirming this to purchase order, the other two will be cancelled. So this is how the call for tender works. Now we'll have another features in the settings. First one is the purchase order approval. So we'll be able to set a minimum purchase amount. So when any of the purchase representative who try to purchase greater than 5,000, um, he need approval from his um, manager. So suppose I'll be adding the amount as $1,000. Okay. So before explaining this feature, let's move back to the settings and user information. Okay. Basically, we have two users, that is two internal users. One is visual admin and another is markdown. And under the user information, like the internal user information, we can set access right for each module. So Mark Demo is he's a sales, as a sales representative, he have access to his own documents only, and as a purchase user, he's a user only. And there are basically two access right for purchase module. One is user and administrator. Administrator is the higher level of access. The initial is a administrative person, so he will be able to get the details, every details, including the reporting and the configuration settings. While for a user, he will not be allowed to take the configuration settings because he's not the admin person. He is just a user who's handling the purchases. So consider here as demo as a user to purchase module. Then let's go back and log in as demo. So I'll be logging as demo user, as Mark demo. Okay, here you can see now Mark demo is login and he is trying to create a purchase order. So here you can see he will not have access to report and configuration. He will be only able to create orders and can view the product details. So let's try to create a purchase order over here for demo company, and he is adding some items like corner desk and cabinet with doors, and uh, here the quantity is 2 and here the quantity is 3. So the total amount is 2347. So he is trying to purchase an amount greater than 1000. Okay. So he first send this to the vendor. Okay. It is a RFQ has been sent to the vendor, and when he tried to confirm the order, it will be actually moved to approve stage. To approve in the sense this has to be approved from the manager. So when I'm logging as manager, like admin person, as Michelle as me, in the purchase mode, you can see the purchase order 27 is here, which is created by Mark Demo. Today is the order deadline, and you can see the status over here is to approve. That is, there will be a button to approve for the administrative person. When he approves, then only it will become the purchase order. So we can restrict such a amount, like a minimum amount to approve the order. And next is warning option. So we'll be able to add warnings for products and vendors. Similarly, another option is log the confirm order. So when we confirm the order, it will be moved to a log stage. This will prevent editing. And the editing will be only possible only after unlocking by the Michelle admin. And similarly, we can warn the products and vendors and prevent from purchasing from this vendor or using that particular product. So when we going to product, suppose I'll be using drawer black. Let's take the drawer black, and under inventory, here under the purchase, we'll be able to add the purchase description of the product. Right. It's the big drawer black. I will add it as a purchase description over here. And here you can set the warning when purchasing the product. We can set up a warning for this or here, like blacking color, no returns available. Okay, I'll be added a warning like this. So when I'm trying to purchase the drawer black, this warning will be appear. Also, we'll be able to set the blocking message. So when I'm trying to go into the quotation, and if I'm trying to purchase the drawer black, okay, it will show that whatever the warning message we have been sent, that will appear in the screen, but we are allowed to confirm the purchase order. So while I'm confirming the purchase order, it will be now directly moved to unlock stage. This will not allow to edit further. Okay, you'll not be able to edit the things. So you have to unlock the details first, and you can edit the data from here. And you can also see the purchase history, like you can see the previous purchases from different vendors for the same product. and then you can see from the purchase history option. Similarly, I can block and warn the vendors. For example, for the demo company, if I'm warning in the internal notes, you can set up the warning for purchase. So here I'm setting as a blocking message. This vendor is blocked due to over payment. Okay, I can set a blocking message over here. So when I'm trying to add this person in the quotation as vendor, it show the warning like it's a blocking message over here, and we are not allowed to create the purchase order to this particular person. So this is how we set warning and uh, blocking to vendors as well as to our product. Okay. Now we have another option, that is the bill control policy. You can see the bill control policy can be defined in the configuration settings. So this will be the default, uh, default bill control policy is applied when you create a new product from the purchase. Okay, and if you want to add a different bill control policy for any individual product, you can add it in the product, like under the purchase tab. And we have another option of three-way matching. So three-way matching is a technique to ensure that you only need to pay the bills you have received, the goods you have been ordered. Maybe you have ordered 10 items and you received 2 items. You only need to pay for 2 items. So in order to confirm that, we will use this three-way matching. For that, under the bill, like in the bill information, we will get whether we need to pay for this or not, or if any mismatch is there in the purchased and like the ordered and received quantity, it will show as a exception. So let's see how this can be worked. So for that, take any of the product. Let's use this product, this combination. And for this product, the bill control policy can be on received quantity. That is, we only need to pay for the received quantity. In order to confirm that, we will use a three-way matching. So ensure that the bill control policy is received quantity. Okay. Now we try to purchase this combination from one vendor. Like I'll be purchasing from Azure itself and adding the product as this combination. Okay, and I'll be adding for 18 quantity. Okay, I'll be purchasing 18 quantity. Once I've been confirmed the order, and during the reception, okay, suppose I'll be receiving only 10 items. Okay, suppose vendor have sent us 10 items, so I'll be updating the quantity and validate. So it will ask for you whether the remaining 8 quantities need to be delivered or received in later. Okay, so once you validate, it will ask you have to proceed less product than the initial demand. So it will ask whether we need to create a back order, that is whether we need the remaining items later. So I need the remaining items later, so I create the back order. So currently 10 items have been received. And you can see 2 received. One is for then, one is in done state and other is in done state, which ready state, which means one order, like 10 pieces have been received and the remaining 8 pieces are in waiting state. So if I'm trying to bill for this item, it will bill for the received quantity. So here you can see 18 quantity is order, received is 10 quantity only. So if I'm trying to create a bill, and here in the other information you can see the option should be paid is yes, because we have received 10 quantity, and 10 quantity we have been billed. If I update the bill quantity as 18, and let's save the data, you can see in the other information should be paid is moved to exception. So by seeing this should be paid as an exception, we can identify that the receipt quantity and the bill quantity are not the same. Okay, so I'll be adding to the remaining 10 for that 10 quantity, and updating the bill date. And here in the other info you can see this should be paid as yes, and confirming like the bill has been posted. Once the bill has been registered, you can manually put or forcefully put the should be paid as no, which means it's already paid, so you don't need to be paid again. So this is completed. So you can mark it as should be paid as no. So basically, this information will give you whether you need to pay for the bill, or whether the billed quantity or the received quantity are same or not. Okay, so this is three-way matching. Now we will have the variant grid entry. So you can add variant grid in the purchase order itself. So in the purchase, inside the product details, we can mention whether we using the variant grid entry or product configurator. And we will be having another information as product packaging. Product packaging in the sense we are allowed to sell products in packets, like pack of pen. Like I can sell a pen as a packet or as an individual quantity. So such product packagings can be configured under the product packaging. Now let's save this information and go to the product. And for our product, say the conference share, then under attributes and variants, we'll be having the variant grid entry selection option. Here it is product configurator. This is for sales variant selection. So if I'm trying to purchase this product, a variant grid entry can be used in the purchase. So let's try to purchase. Okay, when we go to purchase order, and I'll be adding conference share. Conference share. So you can see a grid has been appeared. So we have seen under the attributes and values, a sales variant entry, either product configurator or grid can be used. Similarly, in purchase, we can use the grid entry. That is, while we are choosing the variant as grid, like variant to the purchase order, a grid format will be appear in order to choose a variant. So we can use multiple items, that is we can choose multiple items to our purchase order. So suppose I need 2 black and 2 aluminum, similarly 1 white and 3 aluminum. I'll confirm this, so we'll be able to see multiple items as we added to this particular order. Okay, so let's confirm the order. So instead of adding one by one, like a grid will be appear, and you can add products, multiple items from the grid. And also regarding the packets or packaging, what you can do is that when you go to the flip over, it's a storable product. Under the inventory section, when you scroll down, here you can see the packaging. Here you can add package, like packages the name of the package, say box of, suppose it's box of 10, and the containing quantity as 10. So when I'm purchasing one box of 10, it will contain 10 units. So I can use this packaging while I'm purchasing and while I'm selling. Okay, here I'll be adding like box of 25, where I can add the quantity as like this box contain 25 quantity. Okay, now let's try to purchase this item as from one vendor ready-made, and the product chosen as flip over. Here you can see the packaging information. Okay, like here it is the packaging quantity, and you'll be having the packaging. So I can use my packaging, configured packaging. So if I'm adding box of 25, it will show warning, that is, we have added one quantity only, but actually this package contain 25 units. So we have to update the package over here. So if I'm adding packaging with one quantity, it means packaging quantity is 0.04. So if I'm adding it as 25, you can see one packet, like one pack is chosen with 25 quantity. If I'm purchasing like 5 packs, you can see, or 4 packs, we can see the quantity will be updated to 100. Okay, so in this way I can use packages, like I can purchase the products in packets. Let's confirming, even though we are setting it as packets in the quotation, it will be received as quantity. And you can see the packaging of 2500 total quantity is units are received into your stock. So once you're validating in the on hand as well, you can see the item in 100 quantities as well, not in the packets. So you can go to the on hand, so you can see here the fifth power with 100 quantity. And also we can see the other information, the storage category, the company reserve and its value. And also you can see the history as well, the previous stock moves of this particular item. And also the replenishment details. Okay. Then we will move to another feature, that is drop shipping. So drop shipping is actually a technique in order to deliver the items directly from the vendor to our customer. So instead of purchasing the item for our customer and sending them to our customer, what we'll do is that we will address our vendor in order to send the item directly to our customer. Okay, so this is how the drop shipping is used. So it will not use our inventory to keep the products. It's just like a reselling technique. So let's say and go to one of our product. Let's go to the acoustic dock screen, and on hand, well, currently we have so much on hand. So let's take some another product. Okay, so let's take this product. Okay, the standard screen, where you can see there is no product on hand. Okay, we are not keeping any inventory, and under the inventory you can mention the process, like route as dropship. We are not buying this product, or we are not manufacturing this product. Instead, when we get an order from our customer, what we'll do is that we will send the details to our vendor, and our vendor will directly send the item to the customer. So for that, we have to mention a purchase vendor as well. So it is the deco edit, and the prices I'll be updating as 2000. Okay, so what we are going to do is that from the sales module, suppose I receive an order from Limber for our product does stand with screen for 4 units with 2,100 as a unit price. Okay, so as we confirming this, we can see one purchase order is triggered before, because we are not keeping any inventory or any stock in our inventory. And inside the purchase order, you can see the purchase order is sent to the vendor, like it's triggered for vendor deco ID with the details. And when you confirm the purchase order, a dropship is applied. Okay, and the delivered to instead of received, it is an dropship, and dropship address is a customer address Lumber. And here you can validate the dropship, that is, you can see the contact is deco and the source location is the vendor and destination is customer. That is, the product is directly moving from the vendor to customer. And let's validate this. Okay, so this the product has been delivered to our customer from the vendor directly. Okay, so this is how the drop shipping works. This does not involve our warehouse or our stock.
No.
So this is about the drop shipping process. So we have covered almost all portions of our purchase model. Next, we'll be having the reporting section. So this is an important part of purchase. That is, purchase analysis will be able to identify the purchase analysis. Currently, this purchase analysis is based on the untaxed total. You can add any measures from here. Suppose I'll be adding the purchase analysis based on the quantity ordered. Okay, so you can see the analysis over here. By the January 7, it will be in the peak level, and it's again decreases and again increases by that is a purchase, that is quantity has been ordered by January 11th is high, and by uh, January 26th the ordered quantity is nearly the generated purchase expense of 1.70k. Okay, so we can make use of different measures from here based on total amount or quantity billed or quantity received ordered, or based on gross weight or average cost. So we'll be able to take different purchase analysis report in the form of bar chart, line chart, as well as pie diagram, etc. And we will have the another important thing is a pivot table. So using the pivot table, we'll be able to take the filters to the table and we can take the printout. So I'll be using different measures. I can use different measures, like here it is count, order, and untaxed total, and total is only given. So what I'm doing is that I'll be disabling these things. I'll be adding count. Then I require the quantity ordered and quantity received, quantity billed, and how much quantity to be billed, and the total and untaxed total. So this information I can add it over here, and this is based on product category, and I can add it to under that I can add products as well here. And so I can I can take the details of each product, and each product how much quantities are ordered, how much quantities are received, quantity bill, and how much to bill. So these things will be able to identify from this pivot table, and you can flip the details, you can expand the data, that is expand the filter to all records, and finally you can download the printout of your purchase analysis to the XLS format. So these are the features available in the purchase module. So if you have any queries or comments, you can mention in the chat box. Or if you require more clarification, you can refer our blogs and our functional and technical videos from YouTube. And you can connect us at odoo@cybrosys.com if you have any other comment or customization and support.